Now it is Dreamhack Tours 2018 in the Quake 2v2 Open. We are with Claus at the moment on Sleep to Awake. He has got the visor. Quick look at what we've got on champions. It is double visor, double Galena, definitely the trend of the tournament. Claus opening up with First Blood.
I think spectating Claus is going to be a running theme. This kid is talented and extremely dangerous when it comes to general combat skill. Nobody in the world can 1v1 like Claus can.
Well, he's still maintained a really good stack. He managed to get overstack on Mega and Heavy at the beginning, and he's continuing to land rails. He's looking for more flicks. He's not even switching away to the lightning gun for the moment. Let's go head on over. Sunset does manage to get the refrag. He's got Heavy. He's waiting for Claus to come get it, but worried that someone might be pressuring him. Now Silencep is stacked.
I think that option to stick to rail and not switch away for anything in that situation, I don't want to say arrogance, but it was extreme early confidence. You know, understanding if I land these two rails, I'm going to get the job done. But we experienced early why missing rails is so costly.
And Claus just picked up 2 rail frags on the side.
Okay.
I'm going to go head on over to the Liquid boys and see what they're going to be able to do at the moment. They are managing to get a fight onto Heavy, but it is going to be Claus and Silencep able to refrag there. They're holding on to the Heavy control very well at the moment. And I'm going to go back over to Claus and see what he can do to continue this sort of like spree of control he's had.
Expecting them to try and take the Mega, but actually looks like Dahang had other ideas. Unfortunately, his read was not successful, and Claus, almost, dare I say, effortlessly 2v1 versus Team Liquid. That was insane. And he gets Rapper again. That was a very good spawn at that.
Now, just to confirm, this is the map picked by Sleep to Awake, by the way. Next map picked by Team Liquid is going to be Corrupted Key for all of you out there.
And you can see when you're landing these shots, just how rewarding it can be. They didn't have a chance to fight for this power-up. Claus with quad damage. I mean, he's been kicking ass to begin with, and now he's got 4 times the damage. Let's go.
Almost getting the heavy machine gun angle. Just quickly checking over the horizon to see if that Heavy happens to be up. It's not. I'm just quickly curious who took the Mega. It was Silencep that took the Mega health, but Claus is struggling to find an angle on any players. Silencep letting him know where some of them are. Can he meet them over anywhere?
Actually accomplished nothing from that quad damage. Really well played by Team Liquid. At this level of play, if they're going to get the power up, you kind of need to accept that you're going to be conceding some frags. The goal will be minimizing the damage that you take, minimizing the frag count that goes down, and Liquid played it perfectly.
Oh, going in with the LG on this time, does manage to make the switch away. Silencep supporting him from down below. LG now going to be on Rafa. Rafa does take him down by Silencep, still with a healthy stack, able to refrag quickly. 3 minutes in, 10 frags up. Certainly what they'd be wanting to do on their map pick.
Sleep to Awake have this marvelous way of establishing how they want to play instantly. It's not like they have to accelerate to reach their top speed. They come up with a starting point, and it's just insanity from start to finish. Look at this frag difference in 3 minutes. I mean, that's nothing.
Well, there's a little bit of pressure down below. Dahang is going to be able to take out Claus. Silencep quickly, making it a 1-for-1. He's going to be happy with that exchange, and now can wait for Claus to sort of gear himself up with a lightning gun. Let's go over. Dahang does get himself a kill.
Now, on that note, actually, we have 30 seconds left of the power-up. Been informed that we have the comms of Team Liquid ready to go. That was a sick lightning gun, by the way. We're going to find out how these guys fight for power-up on the back foot.
I'm dead. Visor's so weak.
Galena very weak for below Mega. Very weak Galena.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm at Mega. Visor probably bridge.
Upper rocket.
Yep.
Visor. He took
I'm here.
50.
Visor dead. Come. Come.
Danger. I did 70. It's got to be you. And
I'm 3 health.
Yes. I'm coming from portal.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
All right.
He's health, super healthy. Steel red.
I got red.
Dead rail.
Yep. I'm just gonna
I'm
die
gonna
at
kill
red.
Galena at bridge. Galena dead.
He's at nail.
Healing Mega. 52.
He's LG.
I'm going railgun. Rocket.
He's upper rocket. I'm gonna try to get red like 35. One catwalk.
They're healthy.
Yeah.
Dead.
I think there's a couple of things to take away from those comms. The first thing is that even though there sounds to be like an inch of frustration, you can hear a lot of those sort of like big hearty exhales in some of these encounters. The coordination is still there. You know, they're actually staying focused the entire time, regardless of emotion. Really important in grand finals to do that.
No, absolutely. There's no time for you to lose your cool at all. You've got to stay focused. Dahang and Rafa good at doing that, and it's for them right now. It's time to adapt. They're picking up all that data right now during the game, so they're going to try and figure out a plan moving into the later stages of this map and indeed the later stages of the series.
We've only just passed the 5-minute mark, and you can see just how many frags have actually returned. Sometimes these maps go a lot slower. This is not one of those situations. And that's the speed of which Sleep to Awake forced you to play this game mode.
Yeah, exactly. They want to bring the pace. They know that the North Americans tend to have a slightly slower style than the North Americans. Sorry, than the Europeans. And
that counts too.
and they want to bring the action to them. Claws down below is going to get hit by Nailgun off the teleporter. Now with Rafa had a huge impact in the semi-final versus AMD. Let's see if he can bring anything to just before the second quad even.
He did have some games where he was entirely on fire, but I just think like this highly oppressive approach from Sleep to Awake is just working wonders. On that note, as the quad damage spawns, here is some comms from Sleep to Awake.
He's going rocket.
He's on bridge.
I'm gonna go rail.
On nailgun. Might be rail. Okay, second floor. I got one on bridge.
Power up weak on rail. Go mega.
Maybe not soon. One on bridge.
Fires are weak on fires.
Okay, one on bridge with rocket.
I got him. Yeah, one on bridge.
Oh, well played to those guys during that point, having to put up with a bit of pressure from Rafa, but still dealing with it, still holding a lead.
I must say though, the lead is not as extreme as it once was. Team Liquid are slowly but surely starting to pull this one back. And the fact that the frags went down so quickly, there's plenty of this round left to go.
There's definitely time. Sleep to Awake can't fall asleep at the wheel. It's got to be one bad one in the finals, right?
I mean, I don't even know if that was intentional or not, whether you just rolled with it, you owned it.
Maybe not. Sidestep with a rocket jump up, trying to put some pressure on. Got to be careful with these type of rocket jumps. He's trying to get a good position, but he does kind of end up throwing away a kill from that. Claw's not able to support him so well, so that's just giving Team Liquid another inch into this first map.
To hang caught off guard just a little bit. I think Rafa, yeah, he's going to go down because it's a 2v1. In many cases, I know we always talk about Claws and his ability to 2v1 and turn the momentum in his own favor when he's in a bad spot. I think with someone with combat skills as good as his, when the 2v1 is in his favor, that's when I think the kill, it has to be guaranteed, unless you pull off a miracle.
Well, we have got the second protection coming up very shortly. I'm very curious to see if we are going to get Sleep to Awake to be able to get onto it soon. They've done a lot of damage. Claws over from the other side. He's managed to have a little bit of health left and to pick it up. They're still pressuring him, though. He's been able to survive. He took Mega, and wow, lands a rail right out of the teleporter. Doesn't push around the corner, but finds his target.
Rafa's going to try everything he can to survive, but it's just not going to work out. They've had a really good job of being able to, I think, actually avoid these power-ups throughout the course of this map, but unfortunately, that gap is starting to become greater and greater. Claws in a great spot here. Even when the protection runs out, he's got a great stack to continue fighting. He's got a wonderful angle on this high ground, and even taking this melee is going to be risky, but Tahang actually doing a good job of sniping back. That was excellent 1v1.
Rafa here, a little bit early for the heavy armor, but he's going to want to hold a position to keep this item. Silence up coming overhead, trying to land a rail, won't be able to land another before heavy, so that's a much needed stack for Rafa. And I can get rockets. A rail would be nice too, would be an extra luxury, but continuing that pressure. Claws goes down. All these frags immensely important, but Silence up at the right moment comes over and is able to secure Mega Health. Tahang almost able to deny it, but not close enough.
I like the brave play there from Rafa, where he really needs to push in, he needs to be aggressive, he has to try and fight for these pickups, because being bullied away from them is exactly what Sleep to Awake is trying to do. They're trying to maintain control from start to finish, and their highly oppressive way of playing allows that to happen. We have 30 seconds until the quad damage, and we do hear you guys. We've got some more comms coming at you from Team Liquid.
Yep, I'm gonna go after. They're both catwalk.
Okay.
Getting Mega.
Yes,
Catwalk
one might come
clear.
from below.
Portal. I'm here to help.
Yep.
Watch catwalk.
Catwalk still. Damn it.
Okay.
Another one portal after that.
He can die. He's dead. It's all you. I'm at Rocket.
He's red up. I'm good.
And as the Hang, they managed to secure that quad. A good exchange right at the end. He's got heavy as well, so we could see a small comeback. It's pretty much now or never at this stage. I don't know how much time there'll be to get to the next power-up if they're not able to secure a few frags now unreturned.
But this defensive play is going to come out from Sleep 208 now. They know Dahang has access to core damage. I'm even surprised Klaus was still there, to be honest with you.
It's a tricky little angle though, because when you move away, you automatically show your body. So I think desperation at the stage. He's had not a very pleasant spawn, so a couple of refrags there for Dahang, and Rafa able to clear up a kill with rockets. Claws going down as well. There's been a ton of frags going the direction now of Team Liquid. This is the right way to go.
And that optimization there, Dahang, he actually saw Rafa taking a fight, and he completely left the fight knowing Rafa had what it took
my God.
to sit there and essentially secure it for free. That shows a lot of confidence in his teammate, and obviously it worked out, and they can maintain this freight train they're trying to build up.
One thing I think is fantastic about Team Liquid is exactly how headstrong they are in tournaments. They do not get psyched out by situations or by being in grand finals. This is what's going to be able help them enable a comeback when maybe the slightly lesser experienced guys really determined to get a victory could feel the pressure a bit more.
Now we're 40 seconds away from protection, and with the amount of frags that left, Dahang just jumps into the belly of the beast, but he survives against Silent Step. Is that 2v1? It is going to work. Dahang with the clutch accuracy, and the totem keeping him alive for now.
What has happened here? We're down one frag between the teams. Dahang's working with nothing at the moment. He needs a couple of seconds until he gets that totem up. Now he can restack a bit. There's heavy as well. We're seeing more exchanges, but he manages to get the item he needs. Oh, that totem! He was on 1 point of health, and now Claus has to back off. Oh, the rail doesn't quite land. Claus finds the angle though with the rockets. Just one frag. And now a power up as well.
Now, he has spawned at a time where I think he might be able to try and fight for this. We have 1 second until protection. Rafa goes full to the totem because he really had to try and pile those bodies on. But here comes the runaway game. Team Liquid, they need to try and run away from the protection. But Silent Step, he is going to be on the warpath temporarily. Sleep to Awake, they have more frags. I mean,
Claus gets the kill on Rafa. Dahang's over at the other side of the map. He's going to want to lock it down to a 1 or 2 frag game by the end of this. He's managed to hold on to the mega health, and he's spotted one down below. They have to chase this. Claus is going in. Silent Step is backed off again. Not really managed to get any kill aside from the one Claus got on Rafa.
Now Dahang dropped down, he's in a really bad spot, and because he got caught off guard, he wasn't able to return fire. They are going to trade it 1 for 1, but this late in the round, 48 frags for Sleep to Awake. 1-to-1 trades are no longer a possibility. Team Liquid, they need to get unreturned, but he's in trouble. Rafa needs to get out of there.
Dahang, he's on his own at the moment. He's being pressured from down below, needs to escape a little bit. Going to quickly head on over to Rafa. His spawn's not too bad. We've got 2 of the Sleep to Awake players on catwalk. Mega Health is about to spawn. Silent Step, Claus, they're looking for a 2v1 of some sort.
They're going to look to catch someone out of position, but I don't think Liquid will be, but they have caught sight of somebody. Dahang does get one, Silent Step drops.
Claus is making it the hell out of here. A free frag there for Liquid. Spells good news for them.
4 frags versus 1. I mean, Liquid can do it, but that rail, that hurt.
Piercing sight. Oh, another 100 damage done, and
oh
another.
My God. And they're going in for the kill. They smell blood, and he manages to secure it. Claus had the prize in his sights right there.
That double 100 rail onto Dahang. He's like, I know he is going to be so weak. I have to chase him. This is the moment where I just got to lock in the map. It looked like it was going to be a bit more convincing, but we saw some heroic plays from Team Liquid trying to build that comeback.
The thing is, it was a really rough start. There's no getting around that. It almost looked like it was on the verge of being, you know, a stomp situation, because there was a lot of frags that are unreturned at the very beginning. What is impressive is how they were able to turn it around, and it became so close. After such a horrendous start, I think that is promising for Team Liquid. I do not think we can count them out after that map, but it does mean they're going to have to absolutely work their asses off in these future maps.
I think that was the game plan as well for Sleep to Awake. I think they're like, well, this is our first game against them. What's our strength? Our strength is our aim, our combat skills, our aggressive plays. Let's give them that in, you know, all its glory. Let's go 100%. And I think they did that. That's how they locked down such a quick advantage, because there was no respect given immediately. I think as the lead built, just kind of by default, they were like, well, we've got a lead, we don't want to throw it away. Let's be a little bit more careful. And that kind of enabled Rafa and Dahang to almost come back into the game, and particularly when they were hitting such strong shots themselves. We saw Dahang popping off there.
And it was some really glory moments. Those moments of clutch where if you miss a shot, the whole comeback goes to pot, you know, and you've got to start over again. It's being able to not only, I think, start something wonderful. That's why Quake champions are high level. It just can't be underestimated how difficult this game can be at this level of play. And what I mean by that is, you know, you make one single mistake against the likes of Claws and Silent Sep, everything you've built to build a comeback just disappears. Got to start over again, basically back to the drawing board. Now, I'm really excited for the second map. It's going to be Corrupted Keep.
Yes.
I'm intrigued by this because we're always looking at North America versus EU. We've seen that Team Liquid have made wonderful things happen with the Strog pick. That's because Dahang has been putting in ample time to this nuke champion. I'm curious to see whether Liquid have what it takes not only to beat Sleep to Awake on this map, but whether Strog is actually going to make a significant difference.
I think it usually does. And I think the only time I saw any European team kind of counter it is kind of the back end of their match versus AMD, where they started really getting the damage onto Pika immediately to prevent the damage onto themselves, knowing that the hang is disabled in those moments. But I'm curious if whether or not Sleep to Awake have actually bothered to think of a counter-strike yet. I don't know, but LG map, Claws, you've got to also, you can't count them out, even if it is a Liquid pick.
I guess the final question will be, does Sleep to Awake even fear Strog? You know, even if there's an element of what's basically matchup unfamiliarity, if you're not familiar with a certain champion, or Dahang really is the premier Strog right now, is that going to be enough to carry Team Liquid into victory, or is it going to maintain difficult? Silent Sep gets first blood with a Galena totem.
Speak of the devil, we've got himself another Silent Sep closing up on Dahang, and now they're pushing in, not letting that LG position. There comes a Pika. You can see Claws very quick trying to get a rocket, but I'm pretty sure a decent amount of damage happened there.
He's hyper weak because of that Pika. That's the thing. The strength of this champion is if Dahang knows that you're somewhere where he's not going to be vulnerable, or if you can't challenge the Pika, if he lands that kamikaze, it is 100 straight damage.
There it is. You can see Strog over here. We've got Silent Sep on Galena as usual. Claws on Visor. Very much kind of main champions. Nothing really changed for those. They've chosen those two individually for themselves, and they've not deviated throughout the tournament.
And here comes Pika for another time. It doesn't quite connect, so it's going to be 25 damage. Pika's kamikaze does do splash damage. And whilst this map has begun, I think it's really important for those that may have just joined us. The Pika is the ability of Strog, who's the new champion. The kamikaze does big old damage, and Dahang uses it to go around corners safely. That's one of the main strategies for this champion, on this map in particular.
Claws, he wants to engage still. Rafa decides to drop down on him, and that catches him by surprise a little bit. I think those are plays that Rafa's going to have to make a little bit more often. And Claws manages to find Rafa on the teleporter exit, both over at Lightning Gun, both equipped. And now they're going to look to push out a bit. Heavy's going to be spawning fairly soon, but Silent Sep decided he's going to hold anchor in this area. He knows he's going to get pressured now. Can he get a 1-for-1 at least? He does. What I think would be great, though, is we can jump into Sleep to Awake's comms as we build towards the first quad.
On a rocket.
Okay, I'm 7 stack right now.
One on one.
Yeah.
Hey, that's weekend.
There are 2 HP bots there. They got quad.
He's going tribal.
Okay.
Hello? No.
Coming to Mega.
He's minus 100.
They got Mega.
Okay. What is that heavy?
One on nail gun. One nail gun. One Mega.
See the amount of damage that they did before the power-up spawned, and they even managed to catch one of the Liquid players off guard, but Rafa was just hovering with him. He's like, you know what, I'm going to be with you all the way, ready for the pickup if you happen to go down.
So there was a horrific start on this first map. As you can see, in a much smaller amount of time, Liquid have actually been able to sort of undo that progress, and now they've been able to even things up. 2 frags, separate them, make that 1. No, back to 2. Team Liquid in the lead for the first time.
Yeah, they're going to try and hope to hold this as long as they can. Claws just barrels in with rockets. Now he's got the lightning gun. He did just get the mega health as well. Now to edge away. And of course, he doesn't even recognize over there. I think that was the Strog just then. I believe Silent Sep took the heavy. There's a totem there, but already used to its full effect.
I'm really intrigued as to what we're going to see from this power-up, because we do know that Strog and Pika, they're really dangerous on this map for fighting for the power-up, because you can send Pika out to do damage without actually being at risk yourself of taking that power-up first. I wonder if he's used it yet. We'll soon find out.
We're getting a lot more 1v1s and 1v2s for Claws and Silencep. I'm seeing the kind of refrags being really strong for Rafa and Dahang. And they've really made sure that they can lock down the Lightning Gun and Mega Health Room themselves, where they can use that as a sort of route for play. Totem comes down, they've managed to push him away.
There it is! That is exactly why Pika is such a dangerous champion. Well, ability from a champion on this map. And on that note, actually, we do have Team Liquid ready for comms, so take it away, guys.
I'm fine.
Outer! Nail!
You're heavy, you're heavy.
Okay. Spamming outer. Rocket clear. I'm gonna go left.
Danger, danger. Danger clear.
Stars again. Nail. Coming to A. B rather.
I'm coming back. I'm here.
You could die.
I'll try to make sure you get Mega.
Yep, I'm dropping.
Okay.
She's at upper green. I might die.
I'm blocking you.
She got it, she got it.
Alright, red soon. They're both
Yeah, we
healthy.
gotta have one person high ground in that situation.
Yep.
52 heavy. Galena has it.
Okay.
I can push. It's 2v1 right now. It's good to go.
Coming.
She went out. That plant.
Visor's hurt. They're both hurt then.
Yeah.
We can get this Mega at like 14.
I love these minor adjustments that Rafa and Dahang are going through. They're calling out, okay, what needs to be different next time? How can we make that a better play on this instance? They've built themselves a good lead, but it's still kind of fragile on a map such as Corrupted Keep.
And the momentum can shift really just at the flick of the switch. And it's the little optimizations, even the small things, like the fact that they didn't call it totem, they just call it danger, right? If there's something on the map that can take you out, just call danger. Danger clear when it's gone, that's it. You don't need to overcomplicate things. A little optimization from really, these world-class team players makes a lot of sense. But Sleep to Awake are gradually starting to make that lead a little bit less significant.
It was almost a 10 frag lead. It might have even been a 10 frag lead, and they've closed it down to 4-5-ish. Silencep waiting for this heavy that spawns in a moment. There's a lot of nail gun coming his way. Claws, fortunately, his savior manages to hold on.
I feel like this is why Claws' combat skills are so vital in 2v2, because as we're noticing here, when the frags go fast and the fights are swift, you don't even give their teammates a chance to come in and save the day. If you take long, if you miss a couple of shots, all that time wasted is time for them to come in and frag you before you've done anything.
Big play from Dahang there, managing to have a stack, coming in a little later than Rafa, who was already stacked himself, helping secure that quad damage. I really thought it was going to be a Sleep to Awake power-up, but absolutely not the case. Uh-oh.
Oh, you
Quad Pika.
cheeky! That was so sick for so many reasons. He jumps down knowing Claws is going to chase, and while he's mid-air, he calls in Pika, who then catches him off guard as he's trying to chase it down. That was ridiculous.
Flawless from Dahang, and now all of a sudden when it was 3-4 frags of difference, it's over to 11. They're looking amazingly good, showing that they can play a fast and aggressive game, just like Sleep to Awake.
And that's the hallmark of these, these also champions in their own right. They've won Dreamhack Denver, they won Dreamhack Winter, and they're trying to look to take another Dreamhack at that. But against the likes of Sleep to Awake, this is such a legendary match between these two teams. It's no surprise that the adaptations are happening as fast as they are. A little bit of a misplay from Dahang. Must have thought there was still someone alive, and oh god! Almost correct, actually.
Yeah, he almost got back into the butt of the opponent. But now Dahang gets himself Mega, not able to support Rafa just then, but able to fight now. Looking for the LG, Claws going down again.
The past minute and a half has been all Team Liquid. It actually feels like they're doing to Sleep to Awake what they've been doing to other teams this whole tournament.
Yeah, completely. Claws coming with LG, maybe he's going to get a bit mad. I know that Rafa has said that Claws is brilliant, but he's a little bit crazy. I might have been Dahang to say, but it's like he's off the leash. Some of his plays are a little bit too over-aggressive on occasion.
There comes another Pika. Didn't even need to see it because it screams so loud when it's in kamikaze mode. That's quite intimidating,
Oh, Silencep, the amount of damage he did. He only had 19 left when he got hold of that heavy armor, but it's enabled Claws to get onto protection. It's not over yet. There might be 4 frags required for Team Liquid, But a comeback can still happen.
This is not one of those maps where running away from power-up is super viable. You know, even though you can do it because you can run a circuit, you're going to give up frags along the way just because it's so small. Not because they're running away from you, but because they're running away from your other teammates who they'll probably bump into as they try and escape. 2 more frags and Liquid is going to be making it 1-1. Rafa takes down 1 more kill left to go.
Only a second left. There's a couple of health bubbles. Who's going to have to take this kill? Dahang is so stacked. Surely he's able to close it out. Goes in for the Pika. Almost finishes it off with that. Looking for shotgun, but no. Silent Sep gets a double. If they can get 8 frags unreturned, it would be astonishing, but I'm not ready to believe it just yet.
I think in that situation, Dahang tried to go for 1 target when he was in Pika, but because there were 2 people close by, he kind of couldn't really decide, and the time it took him to decide which one, he had to go into the middle, which cuts the damage of the direct impact. But it doesn't matter. Liquid turn things around in almost a blink of an eye, and we've just been hit into a 1-1-2.
Yeah, wonderful. I think that was Rafa getting Silent Sep right at the end as we saw Claws and Dahang in a bit of an engagement. Rafa and Dahang were so supportive of each other then. It did feel like Silent Sep and Claws were a little bit on their own, trying to deathmatch a bit too hard. And I think they're going to have to realize that our aim is not going to be what wins this. They need to get back on the support network they had on Blood Covenant, which was what was showing so many strengths to Team Liquid to begin with.
It also answered another one of our questions, which is it doesn't come down to just straight up unfamiliarity that causes Strog to be an effective champion. It's no mystery that the Liquid boys play Strog on those small maps. It happened again, as it has been doing, and Pika made a massive impact in the power-up plays, in those 2v2 situations, the damage that really only Strog can be in those situations. And it really goes to show that experimentation and being a smart player combined, they kind of go hand in hand.
Well, what's interesting is it is a kind of wild card pick from Liquid, and now we've got Awoken picked by Sleep to Awake, which is yet another map actually that Dahang likes to play Strog and Pika on. If Liquid take this map, I think they're going to take the final. I think this is absolutely pivotal, because if we got to a blood run maybe a little later on, which actually would be the 4th map afterwards, I think Liquid would be definite favorites on that map. This Strog and Pika pick is another. It's yet something else, like previous Dreamhacks. It's throwing the Europeans off.
It's a champion that everyone knew existed, and of course we're not saying this is the only reason they won. It was the coordination, the communication, staying absolutely true to their own strategies and how they want to adapt. And you can hear it in there, like, you know, little bits where Dahang had jumped down near Mega, and when he got fragged, Rafa made sure to mention, we always want to have someone up top in that situation. Dahang goes, okay. Like, even if he temporarily forgot, Rafa made sure that he was reminding him so he never forgets throughout the rest of the series.
Exactly, exactly. I'm very curious as we're going to move into the map in just a second. I believe I saw Strog and Pika was picked.
I think I can see it too.
Let's find out how this goes down. This final has been pushed into a best of 3 now. Awoken has begun between Team Liquid and Sleep to Awake. We are on course to begin with. He's going up versus Dahang, who has the Strog, but it's going to be a mutual frag there.
Silent Sep setting up shop really early near that power-up. We're going to be seeing that as quite the consistent placing, I would think, on Awoken. That side of the map is just, there's so many commanding items and pickups on this left-hand side. You want to make sure you're taking full control as much as possible.
Oh, a little bit of chip damage.
You know, Dahang actually, sorry, Rafa specifically mentioned that, oh, and he hit the pillar. I don't think he got any damage. That's unfortunate. It almost did, but just a hair's length away. So Rafa specifically mentioned that little gap near Heavy. This is his favorite map, I think, because he loves that hole. That hole just adds so much depth to the 2v2 combat.
Is it the Pika hole? I think Pika does fit through it as well, actually.
Well, then that's what it's going to be called now.
Well, Claws managing to get Sleep to Awake on the board a little bit. It looks like they're trying to play a bit more typical of what we see on Awoken instead of what we saw between them and Ice Climbers. They really do want to anchor around this rail power-up spawn area.
Dahang gets another Pika frag. Hell yeah.
Oh my god, under pressure. And that's got Claws mad. He's going to come in with the lightning gun and get himself a pretty clean kill. But they need items quite urgently. Going in for bounce pad?
Yep, going in for the jump pad. Confident that Silent Sep is going to be able to cover his back, so he's not going to be a guaranteed kill in that situation. Nice rail coming out from Claws. Tries to go for another one, but it misses temporarily, and he's actually got to pay attention. Sometimes I feel like Claws is so confident in his combat ability, he doesn't pay attention to his own stack.
Oh my god, the rockets there from Silent Sep. Dahang, he manages to spawn on the Mega Health. It's going to be in the next few moments. We're going to see the players trying to set up around the power-up. Getting a lot of rocket damage from Dahang. And Claus hasn't done too badly himself. Oh my god, almost gets
And
pushed
a
off.
combo! Here comes the strong shouts to Quake 2! And the quad damage is seconds away from respawning. Looks like the Hang has full control of it. That rocket's going to do a good job of securing it. Also, in trouble now though.
Oh, there's a lot of damage getting onto him. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it on. He just about. Rafa from the sidelines does secure it. And again, support network between the Liquid guys. There's 7 frags in the lead. Claus and Sidestep struggling a little bit at the beginning of their map pick. More LG, 28 damage per tick.
I feel like now these guys are in full control, and this is the first time I've seen Liquid have an amazing start. This is a perfect time to jump into their team comps.
Fuck, one at rail. I'm going low to red.
Okay, I'm gonna get Mega. I got Mega, 8.
Visor dead, 1 plat. Galena got it, 11.
I'll kill her.
She's dead. Visor had LG spawn, he's likely Mega health.
Both cubby, Mega side. Careful, careful.
I'm spamming it. I'm at T. He's hit for 100.
Okay,
Passive.
got one.
I'm at banana.
Okay,
Just play for Mega.
yep, it's at 8.
Okay.
Getting it, I'm dropping a nail.
Well, they're dropped on
9.
heavy. 39. They see us.
Yep, yep. Visor's still healthy. He might port A in a sec.
I'm just trying to kill Galena.
Alright.
Nail, porting. He's porting. I'm dead. They're
Okay.
both rail side again.
Exemplary comms there by the NA boys, managing to continue carving out an even stronger lead for themselves, moving into the second power-up. Silence and Claus are under a lot of pressure right now. They really need to try and guard this heavy rail side.
Well, one thing Sleep to Awake have been doing this whole tournament, and even before this, we saw this in the Go 4 last month, where they were able to comfortably take a win in that tournament as well. It's forcing teams to play at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and not every team is ready to play at that speed from start to finish until the map is over. But I think that Liquid are doing such a wonderful job of making that adaptation, playing on their wavelength, and actually being comfortable playing at that speed.
For sure, for sure. Well, I'm going to jump with Dahang now, who's managed to get himself protection. 2 power-ups going to Team Liquid. He's got a lot of stack though, and we've got Sansa who's continuing to challenge him. This only railgun he's going against, and he's going into the pummel. It's doing a lot of damage.
I actually think that might have still been a win for Silent Step, because so many of those missed rails came out. It wasted almost the entire of that protection time.
What a shot there from
Oh my god.
Dahang.
Oh!
No!
Oh god.
Pika, please.
Pika, please.
Rafa on his frag lead just then.
Oh, not like this.
Absolutely insane. Silence have been struggling a bit there. We're in fast forward motion for a second.
I feel like
as we settle down, we should be all golden.
Yeah, sorry guys, I've never actually seen that before. Oh, just land things. Okay, here we go. Team Liquid though with a very comfortable lead, and that's going to be 1 frag bigger.
The rockets are decent. Claws finally managing to hit something, but the amount of damage that Dahang and Rafa are able to do in return, and considering the amount of health that they have left, they're always maximizing so much.
Mega's just been acquired by Sleep to Awake. He's going to be trying to use it to make that assault. The rail accuracy has been so impressive, and that was nearly a point-blank super shotgun. Pika taking out Silent Step. It almost feels like sometimes you've got to be so ready for Pika at all times, and Dahang is so fast with how quickly it moves around. I don't think they're ready for it 100% of the time.
And Rafa's brilliant, just flanking as soon as he possibly can to support Dahang, who's in that sort of lower, slightly more vulnerable position. A bit of action going on at heavy. Claus and Sidestep really needing to be flexible in their plays now. Claus with a strong stack, hasn't got the rail, but with the lightning gun and the quad spawning soon, he's looking to make an impact over here, but he's getting 2v1. There's not much he can do. Sidestep is miles away. He didn't have a great spawn. He's going to try and do something, but it's just not possible against the stacked quad carrier Dahang.
And he's going to get not only claws, but a mega health. And he's got so much ammo and a quad damage Pika. I mean, why not? What if we see that? That's going to be an instant kill if he lands a direct.
And we saw one in Corrupted Keep. Absolutely prepared to see one now. Well, the LG damage, they're attacking from both sides. They've done tons and tons of damage, but they sacrificed 2 deaths for it. It's almost 20 to the good of the North Americans.
Now, actually, on that note, speaking of North America, we're going to really take a switch over off that fresh air assault, and we're going to go to Sleep to Awake's comms.
Heavy now. Heavy. Careful Mega then.
Red one more time. Shotgun.
1 week on the...
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't even need to explain that. There are no comms. They've gone completely silent, Zoo.
I think we heard claws a little bit at the end, but yeah, generally silence in the EU camp right now.
But I mean, that's got to be why this lead is becoming so much bigger for Team Liquid. I think if we were to change to Liquid's comms right now, they will be non-stop talking, they will keep going, because this whole tournament, even in scrims, they don't let up with their communication. And I think this is going to show why communication is so important. If these guys have gone quiet, look at the difference. You know what, on that note, we are actually going to listen to Liquid and see if they're keeping up the ghost.
Section 4.
Yep, not right. Watch cubby, watch cubby.
One cubby. One RJing in. The other one has a rail at, underneath. It's yours.
I got.
Mega
Cubby.
16. Mega 16.
I'm
coming to you.
I'm okay. I'm coming. I'm gonna go Mega.
Well, well, well.
Massive noticeable difference over there. They are on it 100% of the time. They're almost 25 frags in the lead, and it's just not stopping for them. Rafa still got just under half of the protection to go. He's looking to get the 1 versus 2. Almost bounced outside of the map, but should be able to get one more kill.
Oh
There
my
we go.
word.
That's 49 to 24. Rafa will lose his life. Can the Hang be the one to close out map 3 and put them on match point?
Claws manages to take out Rafa, but there's going to be a very hungry to Hang lying in wait, and he finishes the job. That was a dominant Awoken.
That was crushing. Absolutely crushing. And what worries me a lot now is that we've got Blood Run next. And it worries me because I'm predicting the EU guys. You're holding up the Liquid and the NA flag, I think, for the purposes of our commentary.
It feels like at the end of Blood Covenant, at the end of that very first map, it was a dominant snowball of a map to begin with, and it kind of looked like, oh god, is Liquid going to be done for before they've even had a chance to fight back? And then as the course of that first map was going on, they really started to bring it back. And by the time they'd made the adjustment to how Sleep to Awake were playing, it was too little too late. But I feel like they've just maintained whatever it is they've done, they've maintained it for 2 maps, and on this second map that they've been able to win, it was a complete show of dominance. So
Really?
I really think now the ball is going to be in Sleep to Awake's court. This is now their turn to sort of go against the grain, counter how that's going. But there was no comms by the end of that map. Surely they haven't given up already.
No, indeed. That was their map pick as well. They're going over to a map that they've been more notably weak on, despite having a good performance on it most recently. But there's also a lot of past results that indicate that's not necessarily the case. I'm certainly concerned for Sleep to Awake. Liquid are looking on fire. Everything is perfect with their comms. They're getting more and more powerful with their aim and with their combat skills as the finals go on. Confidence is oozing from them.
And it's also general game speed. We mentioned this earlier in the map, but whenever you watch Sleep to Awaken and Claws and Silent Sep, they play against anyone. They're playing at 1,000 miles an hour, and a lot of guys can't keep up with that. I think Liquid now have been able to kind of match that pace to the point where that's not going to be a problem. And I think, it just comes down to, well, now the aggression isn't working, and if anything, that is being done back to them.
Yeah.
What's next?
Completely. I want to see a bit more flexibility from them. They seem to be going at one pace. There doesn't seem to be as much synchronicity again with Claws and Silent Sep. We say that a lot. They need to get back to what they were doing on Blood Covenant. And to do that now on Blood Run, well, we're only going to have to see, because I think I'm casting a lot of doubts right now. Liquid, they were the shining force at the end of 2018, and they could be building up just as strong here in the first big LAN of 2018.
It would be one hell of a storyline, wouldn't it? It's old versus new, which obviously isn't always a bad thing because these guys have come to play. We've seen the progression of Team Liquid as an organization in Quake Champions, where during the Quake World Championship days, they kind of underperformed compared to what we were kind of expecting from Team Liquid in general. And then as the LANs progressed, and as these guys grinded the game more and more, and when I think Rafa and Dehang were able to really dedicate to Quake exclusively, the results just spoke for themselves. Kind of seems like we're running that theme as we're going. Now, we're not going to count the guys out. Sleep to Awake could still definitely win.
It's not
this,
over. It's
but
definitely not over, but there's definitely a lot to discuss if things go, well, no matter what way they go. The map is going to be starting fairly soon. If Sleep to Awake can compose themselves and stick to their strategies from the game earlier today, they've got a good shot at this. But otherwise, Team Liquid, I mean, nothing seems to get in their way. It's here, match point for Team Liquid. Blood Run has begun. You see Silence getting a good amount of damage to begin with. Can they get anything more?
Yeah, minimal rocket damage done. I know he's going for the spam, trying to sort of deny jumping across, but he's left to just a rail, and catching sight of that, Rafa is going to be aware that Silent Sep is limited on weapons. That's why he went down there. If they miss the rail, Silent Sep, he's non-existent.
Gets an 80 damage. He's so weak, but he's trying to get some kind of output going before he almost inevitably goes down. Claws being taken down twice. Silent Sep now starting to pick up behind him. Claws is able to stack up a little bit, so I'll head on over to him. Still lacking some weaponry, but might be able to work with this.
Minimal damage returned. I think he would have been in big trouble had he not had that massive stack, but that's why he went for the weapon in the first place. Those on-the-spot decisions, really looking at their own situation, taking that self-damage for the rocket jump to try and get into a better position for the advantage. Stuck a little bit now, though. A bit of a sandwich, I think. Oh, God. Yeah, he gets to hang. Good shot.
Just wanted to quickly look at the champions as well. We're going back over to Galena and Visor for both teams. Strog now out of the equation. I think even if we happen to go to a fifth map, Strog has probably had his impact on the finals.
If Strog was what it took to get 2 maps, then I'm pretty sure Liquid will take that one.
Absolutely. Well, Claws though, fighting back a bit. Rafa bringing Team Liquid back into the lead at these early stages. But it looks like Sleep to Awake are not out of steam just yet.
Which I'm actually really happy to see. This is super close. It's the beginning, I think, is what we were hoping to see from these guys. And with 15 seconds left on quad, we're going to jump to Sleep to Awake's in-game comms.
You did?
One secret.
970.
White is dead. There.
980, going to Nelgan.
Shotgun.
Better we go. Down. It's on heavy. Enemy on the hill.
Okay, still up, still up. Can you take it? Can you come?
I should have taken it.
But they're on tribal, they're getting it.
Now, even though these guys are still, obviously, they've gone back to their original form of comms, I'm wondering if it's kind of like enough to go by. I know they go by their own general game sense, which is immaculate. Everyone here, scientists of the game, they learn the spawns, they learn the stats. I just feel like Liquid, they have that edge on them in terms of in-game communication.
Yeah, you can see that there was a lot of desperation for that quad, and they did some good work in order to try and get back control of it, but they should have kept trying to bait it out on the heavy armor. You could hear Claws was wanting Silent Sep to come and pick it up, but it turned out not to be a great call. And look at that. A minute and a half ago it was close. A minute and a half later, it's 10 to the good for Team Liquid.
Actually, I'm shocked that Rafa missed that shot. It kind of looked like it should have connected, but I think he must just like brush past his toe or something like that. But Claws with a close range rail, Silent Sep to return another. Liquid do have a substantial lead though, and that's only going to be getting bigger. Rafa with a double kill!
Yeah, he's picking them off when they're very low on health. It's almost as if they went over to kind of suicide on them. But we should be getting a setup relatively soon.
That was an angry place. An angry place to teleport. Totem 2 pummels. Poor old Dehang.
Rafa doing a ton of damage, but now we need to see Silent Sep moving over and setting up for this item. Claws trying to get a foot in the door over here. LG, but it is Nailgun stopping him. Such a powerful defensive weapon. Silent Sep does get one frag, but protection has spawned, and Rafa is by his side.
And on that note of protection spawning, we once again have some in-game comms, but this time it's the Team Liquid edition.
Mega now! Mega now!
On the way.
Galena's still A hurt.
I got Mega.
I'm watching Portal.
He's at Tribal.
Mega 48. Visor, nail. He's going to B, I think. I'm flanking him now at B.
Okay. Yes, yes.
He's Dead.
One spawn real.
Getting heavy.
She's gonna port, she's gonna port.
I'm really weak. Both are on you.
Okay, Gallon is the weak one.
She's weak at Tribolt. Rocket, weak. Push.
Trying.
You're dead.
Nice with the 50.
Mega's up.
I can drop on him.
I railed him
I
once.
got him.
Yes.
Alright, 24
I
Mega.
spawned rockets. Going back.
No, I've just realized what's also kind of crazy about Team Liquid is that they're maintaining that level of energy, like constant communication, while landing these ridiculous shots. Like, they're concentrating, but they're not losing concentration by talking as often as they are.
I mean, it's really a model for the rest of the community, right? For any of the other players aspiring to get to that high level, these kind of comms, they're absolutely spot on. And as you say, the multitasking, while also being able to connect with these shots, it really is phenomenal.
And it goes to show, while these two guys are they're not just world-class Quake players, they're world-class FPS players.
100%. Now, Rafa trying to push into this room. You can see that there's a setup much, much earlier from the players of Sleep to Awake.
And they need it. And they completely understand that the power-up is kind of their ticket to making this comeback. Claws tries to extend a little bit to get the heavy. Unfortunately, they can really sort of bully this 2v1 situation now. Silent Sep with the iron defense, hard to crack into. Dahang kind of left to his own devices, and that's not going to work out so good. They have so much control. Look at the totem presence alone.
Oh, we can see the players from Claus' perspective. He's going to try and clean up a little bit now. It's good that they're able to get the quad now, because they're kind of running out of time to do anything. 12 frags a difference. Claus going to try and chase. Found another target. Rafa is going to go down. Rockets, though, from Dahang. Has to watch out. Looking for a rail for that one-shot quad kill.
I think acknowledging that the better goal will be to run away. Unfortunately, as he tried to run away, he ran into Silent Sep. Claus not trying to take full advantage, doesn't want to give up a frag. Dahang with the tri-bolt kill. Must have been a close range near spawn. Oh God.
Mega was taken. It allows Claus to survive a little bit longer, and now we've got Silent Sep starting to refrag as well. Claus missing an important rail shot. And Silent Sep, he is able to get the refrag. He's now trying to pick up this heavy armor. He's back, rejuvenated, ready to go.
He is looking chunky. Rafa gets caught out a little bit, but with Dahang ready to support, I wonder who's going to win this 1v1. Silent Sep actually kind of running a little bit low on ammunition, but right as he hits that 20 mark, he secures the frag, finally. We have a fair while until we see the power-up spawn, so there's going to be a little bit of a back-and-forth exchange until about the 30-second mark again.
I'm going to switch back over to the Liquid guys in a second.
Oh my.
Rafa, another important frag. As long as they can keep getting these one-for-one exchanges, even two-for-ones, it's absolutely fine for them. As they close in on that 40 mark, they can smell victory here in France.
And I feel like it's a matter of being able to really, I think, screw the lid on top of Claws, you know, the way this guy wants to approach. We have 25 seconds until the power-up spawns, and once again, we're going to jump into Team Liquid's in-game comms.
Normal.
He's still B.
Okay. Galena dead. I'm 90 health here for this.
I'm here.
He's railing on it. I think danger near the quad. Secret.
He's weak on it. He's weak.
I'm trying. We should suss this out.
Yes, I'm doing it. Still weak on it. Mega should be like now. I'm gonna steal it.
They're both nail. You'd go.
I got it.
One's B, one tri-bolt.
Okay, one
Protection
Mega 37. Okay,
Hey, it's down. It's down at B.
coming.
I mean, you can just hear the intensity, and it's for absolute good reason. 10 frags, and Team Liquid are going to be the champions of Dreamhack Tour. 9 frags at that. Do you think this is possible, Zoo?
It's absolutely more than possible. They've put themselves in such a good position that even though now Sleep to Awake are showing a lot more resistance, they've got way too much work cut out for them. That frag onto the protection carrier with the shotgun, really, really important shots. That was another small kind of possibility for Sleep to Awake to make it back. And now the chances for that comeback are slimmer and slimmer.
Just a little bit of optimization. Even if Rafa gets chased here, I mean, that's why we're not seeing the chase come out from Claws, because he's so weak off the rails that we saw, and the Rocket's going to finish the job. 8 frags to go. Rafa, absolutely a man on a mission, and he gets another rail. Combo kill at that.
Each one of these frags are absolute gold dust to them. They're doing so much damage on the exit, trying to refrag one more time. He actually hits his teammate as he goes through the teleporter. Denied there, but Dahang gets the rail anyway. Let's see what kind of stack Dahang has. They're pretty similarly poised at the moment. And right now, Sleep to Awake Is there anything on their mind? Is there
Oh my
anything they
God.
can do? This desperation, they have to run through these hallways and start looking for the kills. They've got to take those high-risk plays to even stand a chance in this.
And they're not going to be losing concentration, but this is just going from bad to worse. When you're in this situation and one more map will send you out of the tournament and crown a different champion when they've got 4 frags, this is a mountain to climb.
Oh, we're almost at that 10 minute
my
mark,
word.
sorry. The Hank's been suiciding a couple of times, which has given them a little extra work to do, but still wouldn't be really of any concern to them.
Now here comes the quad damage. Claws takes out Rapper, but Dahang beats him to the punch.
Oh,
and he's
God.
got a nice amount of health. This very well could be the tournament-winning quad. Is he going to get one? He does. One more frag will put Team Liquid as the champions. And he's got the railgun. He knows what he needs to do. A shot on a dream, and these guys are going to be crowned champions of Dreamhack.
Yeah, they can feel it right now. This is the last frag. There's the LG. Team Liquid are going to take Dreamhack Tour 2018 3-1 on Sleep to Awake. And you could tell after the first map that that was the only thing that was going to be happening here on Monday.
And there wasn't even much of a massive pop-off there from Liquid. They were calm, collected, fist bump. Not like it's another day in the office, of
Business as
course,
usual.
but